Greetings, it is I, Cerberus here, and today we are back with another Choice of game. Last time we just finished the Choice of the Pirate series, and today we're playing one called A Wise Use of Time, which is a time travel Choice of game, which I've not played, but looks pretty interesting, and it's got very positive reviews on Steam, so I got some high hopes for it. Let's go ahead and see what stats we have. We have name, gender, money, we got stats, so yeah, it's a lot like the Choice of game. It's on the Choice of Pirates. It's on the same engine, got the same gameplay. It'll be the same. Okay. The beginning of your new life involves a busy intersection, a speeding truck, a text message, and time stopping. What? It happened so fast. Yeah, we jumped right into the action. In the blink of an eye, actually with the blink of an eye. So I blink and time stopped. While you're walking across 12th and High Streets near that deli with the really strong coffee, a text message on your phone draws your attention. You look up to a green light and divert your gaze right back to your phone's screen. As you pass midway through the intersection, a large object fills the corner of your vision. You hear brakes lock and squeal. Looking up, you spot the massive front grille of a truck and large letters reading Big Town Delivery. You close your eyes as the truck barrels down, but it only takes a second, maybe less. The world goes silent. The noise of cars, the truck's horn, the hum of people talking, the clamor of the city. Your body tenses, and when you peek your eyes open, everything is stopped. And now, you stand in the middle of the street, where the truck towers beside you, not 3 inches from your face. The grille of the massive vehicle leans forward in an odd angle, and the billow of smoke rises from its front tires, hanging in air as if painted on an invisible canvas. On the corner, a woman points at you, her mouth open to shout, but no sound emits. A bird flies high above you, stuck in the foreground of the sky, hanging in flight, with its wings mid-flap somehow. It remains suspended. You step away from the truck. Everything in your field of vision stands still, stuck in limbo, locked in the middle of motion. You spin to the side and face the corner you left moments ago. A tall businesswoman in a trench coat trips on a crack in the sidewalk but doesn't fall. A waiter at an outdoor cafe reaches for money on a table and pours coffee from an urn. A stream of hot liquid seeming never to end. A bus barrels down High Street, its wheels spinning, though it goes nowhere. A cyclist perches next to a parked car. He's balanced upright, though gravity should knock him over. And somehow, you perceive you are the cause of it. You've stopped time. You feel an intangible compulsion to move, to run, to test your power, to interact with the frozen city. You stand with the businesswoman up, so she avoids tripping, steal the money from the table at the outdoor cafe. I mean, you could do that. Open a car door in front of the cyclist to see what happens when time restarts. Walk to the corner and try to restart time, Walk to the corner and try to restart time. It's best to figure out the extent of my ability first. It tripped me up that there was one question that had 2 sentences. It was weird. Or option, not question. Weird. I'm gonna stand the businesswoman up so she avoids tripping. You rush toward the businesswoman, her long body graceful in its descent. Her heel snagged on a crack in the concrete, a flap of her coat folds outward, caught in the midst of action. Her back bends at an awkward angle, and her mouth curls in an O. In her hand, a styrofoam cup tilts to the side, lid popped off, and suspended above it flecks of liquid in mid-rain. That actually sounds really cool. I would love to see something like that. You grip the woman's shoulders and take a deep breath, like a weightlifter ready to bench press, but as you start to move her, she glides with little effort, seemingly along an invisible track. Like somehow the world allows you to make such a change. It reminds you of swiping across a tablet, smooth and simple, and her body repositions. You tilt her cup and recap the lid. You refold her coat. You straighten her right leg and swivel her arm. The itch in the back of your head grows to a sharp pain. Your ears buzz, your eyes blur, and a metallic taste rises in your throat. You blink and hear a pop. Opening your eyes, the world moves all at once. The truck's tires squeal as it passes the intersection where you used to be. The bird flutters across the sky. The woman next to you shuffles and staggers, but stands upright, and a look of confusion crosses her face. She glances at a crack in the sidewalk and twists in all directions. Her eyes cross your gaze, and she flashes a brief smile as she saunters away as if nothing even happened. You step to the edge of the curb, and follow the pack of pedestrians across the street. And so it begins. Chapter 1. Everything's dark with your eyes closed. Well, unless you've got a bright light shining and then it's red. You know? While you're walking along High Street, your mind races at the thought of what you just experienced. Time stopped. Everything froze in place. Had the delivery truck not stalled in time, you would be seriously injured or even dead. But how did you do it? You can't help but feel Excited. I can only dream of the potential of having such an ability. Anxious. I have no idea what's wrong with me. Inquisitive. I need to learn about my ability. Or hesitant. Is it something I can control? Excited. I can only dream of the potential, because being able to stop time would be amazing. I mean, like, you could get so much done because time would be stopped. You could write notes to yourself. You could do anything, especially if your time-stopping ability allowed you to start time on specific objects. So I could, like, stop time in the entire world, but start time on my computer, the monitor, and all that, and just work while time was stopped. That would be awesome. So yeah, I'll be excited. Being able to stop time could prove a useful ability. You can only begin to imagine all the things you can do with such a power. You recall events from your past where time distorted, but never full-on hit the brakes. A softball sailing through the air, your leather mitt extended overhead as you ran through left field. The ball rose through the foreground of the hazy blue sky, and just as it peaked, it slowed for its descent. Noises garbled in the distance, low-pitched and stretched, like a song playing at half speed. Catch it! But then, back then, you thought the rush of adrenaline made everything else seem slow. And then in college, your freshman roommate partied too hard one October night and danced on the third-floor balcony of Wilson Hall. Time slowed then, too, and just as Chris teetered over the edge of the stone rail, you grabbed a leg and pulled the drunk roommate to safety. But nothing like stopping time has ever happened before, only odd moments of distorted clarity. You grew up in a small suburban town in Pennsylvania with your mother and father. You are their son. Your parents named you... gotta pick a good name. Franklin Gray, that's who we are. When you grow up in a small town, life seems to crawl along at an even pace. Everyone knows your name, everyone goes to the same schools. When you think back to those formative years, you realize, small towns are too slow for my taste. I longed for adventure. I enjoyed the community you can only find in a small town. I like a laid-back community, so I wish I could have stayed there. I couldn't care less about that town. It was time to move on. I like a laid-back community. Honestly. Because big towns, they're too busy. Nobody cares about anybody else in big towns, for the most part. There's just so many people, it's hard to get and to, like, connect with people. Because everyone from every part of the world is doing their own thing. It's just not my cup of tea. As you were growing up, your father and mother provided all you needed. A healthy family, food, clothes, love. Having grown up in harder times, their mission was to provide for their children, so life was easier for you than how your parents had it. You should want for nothing, your dad would say, and he never failed on his promise. You were always shy back in high school and never seemed to focus on forming romantic relationships, but during college you dated off and on, and had a long-term relationship lasting your junior year. He was a senior, and when you graduated a year ahead of me, I never heard from him again. She was my first true love, but she switched schools over summer break and we lost touch. During this time, I realized I was attracted to both men and women, where I had no interest in dating. Even to this day, I would rather focus on friendship. She was my first true love, but she switched schools over summer break and we lost touch. Oh, my cord got stuck on my wheel. There we go. Your first long-term romance ended abruptly. From then on, you've had no serious relationships. After college, you took the path of most new graduates. You moved home. Soon afterwards, you focused on a career. I took a job as a data analyst. I excelled in academics and wanted to use my brain for my profession. Possessing natural talent at sports and a superior physique, I planned a career as a professional athlete. Always charismatic and possessing good looks, I turned to a career in the media. Let's do data analysis, the boring route, because the boring route will allow all of my exploits to seem even greater in comparison. Next. Your intellect quickly advanced you at Scheinfeld Insurance Agency, where you worked as a junior data analyst. A junior data analyst, not analysis. A junior data analyst, conducting insurance policy reviews, creating data models for risk control, and preparing audits of financial records. While the type of work wasn't always exciting, the stability of the company and the potential for advancement appealed to you. Aside from your intelligence, you relied on your social skills, definitely not physical fitness for me, at all. Being attractive and charismatic, you became popular around the office and drew the interest of your boss, who drove you to use your natural gifts to schmooze clients. I don't know about attractive or charismatic, because I am shy and very awkward. As you can tell by that, that was very awkward. I'm gonna take a drink now, hope you don't mind. You transitioned your role into sales, and it wasn't long before 50% of your job was taking out potential new clients on the company's expense. Still, you were most valued for your sharp wits and knowledge of data and analysis. Now it's analysis, god dang it. Large bonuses marked every yearly anniversary for the next half-decade. Sheesh. You took to investing your savings in the stock market, along with your ever-growing retirement account, until late in 2008 when the markets collapsed worldwide. Your portfolio plunged to a quarter of its original value, your company laid off half its workforce, and you joined the millions of US workers in unemployment. The worst part of losing your career and money was, I liked having lots of money to spend on the finer things in life. I was in no financial position to help my family should they need it. I was saving up to buy my own house and relocate to a new city. Losing all of that money jeopardized my future and eventual retirement. Now I'll have to work forever. I felt robbed. People stole my money and I could do nothing to stop them. Now I just want to get them back. I just felt like a failure. Now I'll do anything to get back my money and reach my goals. It jeopardized my future and eventual retirement. And now I'll have to work for it. The boring route, like I said. Hearing the risks of relying on Social Security for income and hoping to stop working while you're young enough to enjoy your retirement, you set to saving at an early age. You had modest but steady growth for years until your money evaporated. In the past year, everything changed. Your father, once a prominent car dealer, disappeared one evening at the end of winter. You searched for him, and when you couldn't find him, you searched for any reasons why he was gone. Always a reasonable man, his unexplained disappearance left you unsettled and confused. He probably ran off with a lover. He must have gotten involved with the wrong people. I looked all over for him, but found no trace of where he went. I vowed to earn enough money to hire a private detective to find him. Now I wonder if my newfound family has something to do with his disappearance. Or newfound ability, not family. I don't know why I thought ability was family. I'm awkward! And I don't care anymore why he left. You should care. He's your daddy. He's your daddy. He must have gotten involved with the wrong people. As a youth car dealer, your father borrowed money during lean times and didn't always get loans from a bank. Hanging around criminal elements, your father was bound to cross the wrong person or miss a payment. You wonder if he disappeared to avoid trouble, or if he was truly murdered. Despite your grief and worry about your father, you managed to earn your MBA from Penn State and worked at a small firm as a research associate. A headhunter recruited you for Eternity International in the sales division. You left a lot behind. Family, friends, a community, loves. Moving to the big city, you adapted to the fast-paced lifestyle and hectic work schedules as best you could. Life back in the small town faded to memory. A month later, and you can stop time. You turn off High Street into Melrose Avenue, a narrow alley-like stretch of commercial buildings remodeled into low-rent apartments. Across from these buildings, a playground and recreation center take up space on the edge of the neighborhood past a highway bordering the Delaware River. Your mind seems awakened, and as you stand on the front steps of your apartment building, something calls from inside. A voice telling you to try again, to stop time. Nervous energy builds in your limbs. You feel stressed, agitated. It's an itch you can't scratch. How are you able to stop time? Why now? Are people across the world developing powers, or just you? So many questions come to mind, and yet you don't know where to begin to have them answered. You glance around the area. Everything comes into bright focus, like peering through the lens of a high-powered camera. Teenagers play a pickup basketball game outside the rec center, and a few preschoolers chase each other on the grass while parents watch and gossip. A pair of toddlers play on the monkey bars, each one precariously close to falling. Barreling down the highway off-ramp, a double-wide pickup truck squeals as its brakes drain to slow the heavy load in its cargo bed. I step in front of the pickup truck and stop time before it hits me. Don't do that! I ask to join the basketball game and use time control to my advantage. I go to the playground to see if anyone needs help. It's just a friendly game of basketball. Let's do that. You step across the street and enter the rec area through a gap in the chain-link fence. In the half-court, a mix of young adults toss around a basketball. Mind if I join you for a few minutes, you ask? The tallest of the crew, a pimple-faced guy with an LA Lakers jersey, glances over at you with curiosity. If you think you can hang with us, sure, he says with a smile. Marvin, sit out for a few. Lakers throws you the ball, and you rush towards the basket. Sweat breaks out over your forehead, and you can hear your heart pumping fast. The back of your head itches like before, but this time the pain swells like you've been hit in the base of your skull with a hammer. No sooner than you've taken 3 steps, a long arm cuts in front of you, ready to steal the ball. Just before the ball leaves your hand, time stops. The ball rolls out of your hands and bounces clumsily along the cement court. Lakers stands at a weird angle, frozen in position, mouth open, spittle hanging from his lips, perched forward in an impossible stance. You pick up the ball and stare at it. How is Lakers not falling, but the ball still bounces? You step back a few feet from your defender, clear your mind, aim, and shoot. Just as the ball rolls from your fingertips, you focus. With a blink, time starts. Lakers swings and misses, and the basketball flies through the air. With a swish, it slides through the net. Oh damn! A player yells, and a series of laughs and vocal jabs fly at Lakers, who stands shocked at the basket he just gave up. He stands up straight, arms on his hips, shaking his head. His face turns crimson, and he has a look as if his cartoon version would be blowing steam from his ears. He rips off his jersey and tosses it onto a wooden bench nearby. Bet you can't do it again. I bet I can, I say. I'm gonna teach him a lesson. I want to make it interesting, I say. How about 20 bucks I make the shot? I have things to do, but thanks for the game, I say. It's not fair to take advantage of this guy. Thanks, but I better get going, I say. I have things to do, but thanks for the game, I say. You walk across the court and step back through the chain-link fence as the sound of the game resumes. Nice! Okay, so I can control my power for the most part. Reaching the steps leading into your building, you feel a sudden jab in your stomach and your head throbs in quick pulses. And your stomach starts throwing up random garbo that you have no idea what it is. Hang on. Once you're through the door, sweat pours from your scalp and the stairs ahead of you spin. You reach for the wall and gain your balance. Your feet like barbells, and you lug each leg up the next step. As you reach the center of the staircase, a blurry figure appears at the top of the landing. Franklin, are you okay? Comes the voice of your roommate Olivia, female. She rushes downstairs, skipping a step at a time, and latches her arms around your waist. Stronger than she looks, she guides you up the rest of the way. From the top of the steps, excited barks echo through the hallway. Olivia's bull terrier pounds down the steps. Lobo, back inside, she yells. The dog bounces and spins, its nails like tap shoes on the hardwood floor. Should I call an ambulance? She speaks. She speaks to you in a slow, even tone, but her body tenses and she's shaking, so you know she's holding back her panic. You moved in with her a month ago, your first friend in the new city. She showed you around town and introduced you to new cuisines, the arts, and the urban social scene. Going anywhere with Olivia meant complimentary dinner or drinks. Everyone's your friend. I'm fine, Livy. Just a bit dizzy. Seeing she looks no less convinced, you add, I've been exercising a lot lately and just need rest. I've been going out a lot at night and partying, just need a good night's sleep. I'm working hard at the office and just need a break from the stress. I've been reading a lot and I must be overtired. I've been exercising a lot lately. Truthfully, you have been pushing your body, and though it's not the real reason for your recent physical woes, you can certainly use some rest. You enter the open door of the apartment, she wrestles you over to the couch. I heard a noise on the first floor and wondered who was banging, and when I saw you struggling to walk, I got so concerned. Sick when my grandma fell in the shower, and I had to break down the door just to help her. Your eyes looked all far away. Now they look better. I'm talking real fast because you made me nervous. She pulls back and stares with big brown eyes. I wasn't talking fast, but she was. So I'll read that again. I heard a noise on the first floor and wondered who was banging, and when I saw you struggling to walk, I got so concerned. It's like when my grandma fell in the shower, and I had to break down the door just to help her. Your eyes look so far away. Now they look better, and I'm talking real fast because you made me nervous. She pulls back and stares with big brown eyes. But at least you're okay. Olivia heads into the kitchen and sits at the table. A mixture of clothing, framed artwork, and knickknacks cover the surface along with a laptop and camera. She pulls back her long black hair and ties it up in a bun. A tattoo on her back, the head of a serpent, peeks out from under wisps of hair crossing her neck. Your wooziness slowly fades and your vision clears. Moving into the kitchen, you smell the rich aroma of fresh brewed coffee, and grab a mug from the cupboard. Your mouth waters and your stomach rumbles. You throw open the refrigerator door and grab a container of leftover Chinese food and dive into it. Lobo sits at your feet, eyes following each forkful you take. If you're wondering, I'm taking photos of different things to sell online. In the corner of your vision, a cup flashes on the edge of the table as it topples over the edge. Without hesitation, you try to stop time, but the cup hits the ground, shattering and spilling the hot liquid all over the kitchen floor. Time didn't stop. It's so clumsy, Olivia says and grabs a towel. I wasn't paying attention and my elbow hit it. Lobo darts over, pushing his brown snout towards the glass. Out! Olivia shouts and points to the living room. The dog just backs up a few steps. You grab a roll of paper towels and help her dry the floor. You glance at the spilled drink in the broken cup. Despite your efforts, time didn't stop. Or was it a short-lived ability, now gone forever? Will the power return once you've rested, or was it all a dream, a figment of your imagination? Next. You plunge a fork into the mound of fried rice and scoop a large chunk into your mouth. I need a drink to calm my brain. I'm stupid. I don't know how to talk! You plunge a fork into the mound of fried rice and scoop a large chunk into your mouth. You've been listening to Olivia for the last few minutes as she skips from topic to topic. My mom called today. She sits next to you, her Phillies World Series hat resting on the table. My sister's planning her wedding. I can't believe I'm not there. I wish I could go to New York more often. She snaps photos of the hat from different angles. If I can raise enough cash, I can take a trip there. But enough about me. Sorry, Franklin. How was your day? It was a normal day. Nothing exciting. I had a strange day. I thought my life was about to change, but it's back to normal now. I had a crazy day. For a while, I was able to stop time. Don't say that! She'll think you're insane! It was a normal day. Nothing exciting. How can you tell your roommate the truth? That you developed the power to stop time and lost it, all in the same day. Sometimes average days are just fine, Olivia says with a shrug. That voice is probably really bad. Olivia's phone buzzes and she types out a text. Maybe this isn't the best time to share your news with her. Why can't you travel to New York more often? Why did you move from New York if all your family is there? How are things at the tattoo shop? How's school going? Why can't you travel to... she says she needs more money. Why did you move from New York if all your family's there? I was apprenticing at a tattoo shop in Brooklyn, and my boss decided to open a new location here in a different city. She wanted me to continue working under her, and I just felt it was a great opportunity. I really didn't want to move, trust me. My father was crazy upset when I told him I was going. My mother cried, my sister wouldn't speak to me for days, but they finally came to understand that this was an amazing opportunity for me to advance my career. Olivia's eyes drift to stare out the window. What about you? Why'd you move? That voice is really bad. I'm gonna change it. Well, I know that, but what made you leave? I know you left your family. I'm sure you had lots of friends. This job in this city offered me greater opportunities in my hometown. Things were really boring in my hometown. I like the excitement and the fast pace of a big city. No, I don't. I had trouble finding work in my hometown. I felt this company provided the job security I needed. I always used my family as a safety net, and I wanted to take a risk and move out on my own. I had trouble finding work. You know what I like about you, Franklin? Olivia says with a ponderous look. You are a very responsible person. You make really mature decisions. Olivia stands and opens the refrigerator. She taps her foot in the linoleum, which makes a sharp echo throughout the tiny apartment. I like having a conversation like this. Some days at work are so busy I barely get to talk to anyone but a client, and I may never see them again. Why can't you travel to New York more often? How are things? Probably just because she doesn't have enough money. Lots of reasons. For one, I'm so busy between work and school that it's hard to find a break to go. Even going for just a weekend is tough with my schedule, but mostly money. Between paying for school and rent, I barely have enough money for the train ride to New York. My car's a clunker, so I wouldn't want to take the chance to drive there. Olivia slumps at the table. I know what you mean. Money's real tight for me, too. Maybe I can help you pay for your trip. Why don't you ask for your family to pay for your trip? Your job and school work are more important anyway. Can you bring someone to the wedding? I'd like to go, and I can help pay for the trip. Maybe I can help you pay for your trip. That's so nice of you to say, Olivia says, her eyebrows arched and her brown eyes wide in a look of surprise. She touches your hand. But I can't ask you for money. You have your own bills to worry about. Olivia glances at her watch, rises and grabs a pile of chow chow dog food. The dog rushes to the bowl and pushes his nose into the dry kibble while she's still pouring it. Lobo, get back! Sorry, Franklin, what were you saying? How are things at the tattoo shop? Great, Olivia says, perking up. I've been really practicing my line work, which is something I struggled with in my first year. I have my own station now, and I'm building up my clients. I wish I was making more, but Kara says I have to pay my dues. She thinks I have what it takes to run a shop one day. What about you? Insurance work can't be your passion. I enjoy my job. Just because it's not artistic like tattooing doesn't mean it's boring. I like my job, sure, but it sounds boring. Sure, it sounds boring, but it's a stable career. No, definitely not my passion, but until I win the lottery, I'll work there. I like my job. Sure, it sounds boring, but it's a stable career. A stable career doesn't sound so terrible, Olivia says. Since I only get paid when I tattoo a client, my weekly pay is a pretty huge range. It's hard to plan a monthly budget when I can't predict how much cash I'll make. It's the same thing with like YouTube and game design. It's very strange rise and fall of income. A phone buzzes, and Olivia pulls a low-end Android from her pocket. She taps at the screen and flinches with each letter. My sister's a real piece of work. $2,000 for photography at her wedding. I can pay rent for 4 months with $2,000. Wow, that is a lot of money. How's school going? Really good. I have a test next week in my business management and sales class. Did you ever take that? Yes, but not as an undergrad. I took it in my master's program. Maybe one day I'll go to grad school, Olivia says. For now, it's tough enough doing my bachelor's at night. The door slams shut in the living room and the TV goes on. The sound of baseball fills the living room. Your other roommate, Raj, bounds into the kitchen, gazing back at the flat screen in the other room. What do we have here? He shoots around the kitchen table and grabs the Phillies hat. No, Olivia says and jumps from her seat. She takes the hat back and shoves him in a playful way. Olivia hovers over the camera to see the shot. Cool. How much are you asking? Think I can get $50, Olivia asks. I'll sign Chase Whitley's name and you can get $300 on eBay, Raj says. I'm not gonna cheat people, she says and takes the photo. She lifts the hat and drops it into a box of other sports memorabilia. Raj slides out of the kitchen chair far enough into the living room to see the TV. Oh, I borrowed your car today. It was pulling to the right, so I took it to my cousin and he realigned it. Olivia turns, hand on her hip like an angry parent. You didn't tell me you were borrowing it. I almost had to take Franklin to the hospital earlier. How would I drive him if you have my keys? What's wrong? Raj says, turning to you with a look of sincere concern. Just dizzy. It's not a big deal. Call me next time. I'll come get you. I had no idea. I know, Raj. Really. I'm fine. I've only known Raj for a few weeks, but he means what he says. He's the kind of guy to give you the shirt off his back if you wore none, though you'd wonder what store he robbed to get it. God, I can't talk. Thank you for getting my car fixed, Olivia says. How much do I owe your cousin? Nothing. Believe me, he owes me. And I borrow your car. Enough, so fair is fair. Raj stretches out his long body to view the television. Remember, tomorrow night I'm taking you both out to celebrate my birthday. We're heading to the casino, the new one, the Saturn. That's right. Wait, that's Olivia, okay. That's right, you're turning 30, the big 3-0. Olivia's eyes stretch out to show her excitement. Why are you taking us out? It's your birthday. I want to spend my birthday with my favorite people and want no excuses why you can't go. That's so nice, Olivia says. Now let's talk presents, Raj says and puts on a serious face. I like diamonds. Maybe a nice gold chain. A BMW would be nice. If you want to give me money, that's fine. Please, large bills, no personal checks. For my party, maybe rent a suite, a dozen strippers, a DJ. Nothing too fancy, you know, keep it classy. Right on my budget. You're getting a hug, a birthday card, and maybe I'll bake you a cake. Deal, but we're still going to the casino, right, Franklin? I love to gamble. I'm in, I say. I can't wait to try my hand with Lady Luck. I actually don't like to gamble. Not much of a gambler, but I want to celebrate your birthday. I don't like to gamble. Besides, I don't have any money to lose. It's up to you guys. Whatever. I'm not much of a gambler, but I want to celebrate your birthday, bro. That's fine, Raj says. I'm good with the buffet or a sit-down dinner. There's a great Italian restaurant at the Saturn. I think Gordon Ramsay, ex-sous chef, is executive chef there now. Or maybe it's his ex-sister's who's the sous chef. Portobello Parmigiani all the way. Raj slaps his hand together and rubs them like he's warming them up. Olivia clears the table of her camera and the goods she's selling. I'll see you two later. I'm working tonight. Damn, Olivia, that's 3 nights this week. Wait, that's every night this week. What? 3 nights this week wouldn't be bad. Raj says, turning down the volume of the TV. I need to freaking calm down. I can't talk! God. Olivia steps past the couch and grabs her coat. I'm taking off for your birthday, though. See you in a bit. Raj leans back on the couch. A look of pain crosses his face, and he sits back up and digs in the back pocket of his jeans. He takes out a huge wallet and a wad of cash, which he tosses on the old coffee table you took from home when you moved out. The money fans out, and you see hundreds of dollars in crisp 20s. Raj sees you eyeing the stack and snatches the money up. My rent money. I forgot to get Liv a check. By the way, here's the $100 I owe you from last month. Raj, I told you not to pay me back since you paid for all those groceries last month. Ah, groceries are nothing. Take the 100. I appreciate you spotting me. Raj takes a large gulp of soda and leans back again. So let's talk. How's work going? How's your family? Have you spoken to them recently? Is that really rent money? I feel bad that Olivia can't go to New York to see her sister. Do you have any other plans for celebrating your birthday? How's work going? It's fine. My contract's up in 2 weeks, so I'm working on my resume and trying to look for jobs. I want to stay here in the city, but if I got a job somewhere else, I'll go. I should be fine, though. Database developers usually have no trouble getting jobs, but I've lived with Livy for a while now. She's a real chill roommate, and I like how she treats me like a brother, not a stranger. She's like family. Raj heads to the kitchen. Damn, I think Livy used every plate and glass in the cabinet. He opens the dishwasher and rinses out a soup pot in the sink. Dishes and cups clank, and water rushes from the faucet. Ceramic screeches on ceramic, and Raj hums some unfamiliar song. You cringe as each plate hits the dishwasher rack. Lobo stands up from beside the couch, hangs his head, and trots off into Olivia's room. How's the game? Raj asks. As a sports fan, I tell Raj about the game. I have no interest in sports, but it's important to Raj, so I tell him. I couldn't care less about this game. I have no interest, but it's important. The opposing team looks to be on all the base things. Damn it, Raj says, and slams the dishwasher door shut. He runs over and climbs to the top of the couch. He climbs to the top of the couch and drops down. How's your family? Have you spoken to them recently? My mother calls me once a week, and my sister instant messages me all the time when I'm at work. They keep wanting me to visit, but who has time for that? You're not close with them? They're just old-fashioned and want me to do the things they expect all their kids to do. Get a job and get married. Every time I talk to them, it's, have you met a nice girl, or when are you going to get serious about your life? But I still send them money every month and help out my sister with her tuition. They don't give me credit for that. They're not in India, right? Hell no, they're not. They live in Miami. I thought they surfed, for God's sakes. Raj belts out a hearty laugh. He pulls at the corner of his beard playfully as he watches the game. They're not in India anymore. They should drop that attitude. They like Americans, cars, and food, but they cling to that old mentality. I don't want to be serious about life. And meeting a nice girl? What if I wanted to bring home a nice guy? I just don't want them nagging and judging me all the time. You should call your parents more often. You're their son and they miss you. It's not a bad idea to keep in touch with them. They won't be around forever. I don't call my family very often, so I don't blame you. It's not a bad idea. That's true, Raj says, and gives your shoulder a brief squeeze. I know I should be happy both my parents are still around. Well, you know. He glances at you from the corner of his eyes. It's okay, Raj. I didn't mean to compare our situations. Yeah, I'm sorry. My mouth says things before my brain thinks. I know you miss your dad. Raj darts to the TV and throws his hands up. Home run! Yes! Finally, these bums are starting to hit! I still need 2 runs. He plops back on the couch. You get the impression the baseball game is winning over Raj's attention. Is that really rent money? Raj watches the television and lifts the soda can to his lips. He takes a long drink and wipes his mouth on his sleeve. I made a few bets this week and won some money. Before I got home, I stopped off and picked up my winnings. There's a place for sports bets around here? Raj's lips wrinkle and his eyes squint, and you can't tell if he's annoyed by the question or by what's happening in the baseball game. There's a bar nearby and this guy takes bets. It's not a big deal. He keeps his eyes on the TV screen, but they dart to you and back in rapid succession. Anyway, I'll give Olivia my share of rent when she comes back. Rash moves to the dishwasher, loads it with dirty dishes and mugs, and turns on the wash cycle. He cleans the kitchen table with a damp cloth and shakes his head as he wipes down the surface. I love Livy, but God is she messy. Your head starts tingling near the base of your neck, but you squeeze your eyes shut and the sensation disappears. Did you bet on this game? You seem real worried about who wins. Ross scratches his chin. Yeah, I have money on this game. So what? You gonna lecture me about gambling? It's your money, do what you want. I'm not gonna lecture you, just be careful. Gambling is dangerous. Just don't want to see you lose everything. It's your money, do what you want. Good of you to say, Raj says, and sits back next to you on the couch. He taps your knee with his hand. It's not like it's a lot of money. It just makes the game more interesting. You all have fun in different ways, right? While you sit and chat with Raj, a throbbing pain returns to your head. You rub the back of your neck, alleviating the headache, but a wave of drowsiness takes its place. You struggle to keep your eyes open. I'm tired. Maybe it's best if I go to bed, you say, and rise from the couch. Raj glances over, and expression turns to a look of concern. You alright? You look like you're in pain. I'm fine, Raj. I just need to lie down. Alright, Franklin, take it easy, Raj says, not looking away from the baseball game. Thanks, Raj. I really appreciate your concern. Your room is sparse. Well, I vomited, dude. Ugh, there's something in my throat. Your room is sparse and well kept with just the bare essentials. There wasn't much to move from home, and most of the new furniture is someone else's used furniture bought through a Craigslist shopping spree. You set your alarm for 6:30 a.m. It's an old plastic clock your mother gave you on your 10th birthday. The wide black wings of a penguin act as the hands of the clock, ticking with finite precision. Every second counted, every motion exact. You stick your finger on the on the number 12 and wait for the penguin's right wing to tick around the circle. Just as the hand pauses at the last second before it completes its cycle, you draw your finger back and let the hand swing through the minute mark. You think back on the events of the day. Where did this ability to stop time come from? Why did it happen? Will the ability return, or is it gone forever? All you know are several key facts. Time stood still until you commanded it to start. You felt drained from the act of stopping time, and some physical component, headache, nausea, fatigue, accompanied each act. You tested yourself today, but didn't push hard. Still, the powers to stop time disappeared. When you think about your newfound ability, you feel happy it's gone. I want a normal life. Anxious for its return. I already missed the thrill of having such a powered ability. Guarded. I need to learn about my ability. Upset that I didn't have the power long enough to enjoy. Guarded. I need to learn about my ability. God, I'm freaking gassy and burpy. Gah! If your newfound ability returns, you have to learn more about it. This power must be tested with caution, as the consequences could be dire. Yeah, it's giving me headaches, it's causing me to have pain and dizziness, it seems dangerous. Chapter 2, Time doesn't exist, clocks exist. Time technically exists, because we experience it, even if it's not, like, a real trackable, like, it's a real trackable phenomenon. It travels in a forward movement as we experience it, so it's real. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be philosophical and it's not working. I'm going to take a drink now, and I'm going to end the episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'm enjoying this so far. It's not right into the action like I thought it was going to be. This episode's mostly set up. But I like the world. Some of the characters are pretty cool. The writing's pretty nice. I haven't seen any of the mistakes in the spelling, the grammar, or the punctuation or anything so far, although I could have missed it because I'm stupid. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. If you want to see more of it, go ahead and like the video and comment down below letting me know that you want to see more, because if you let me know, I get it to you faster. That's how the world works. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say, but, you know, if you want to see more videos like this one, go ahead and subscribe if you want. I don't really care or anything. It's just my channel. If you want to see more, go ahead. I'm going to slap the background for a little bit. But yeah, thank you for watching. Farewell.